What's going on, guys? I'm IcyRhythms, welcome back, and this is my review for GTA 5 Enhanced for the PlayStation 5. I've actually already reviewed this game on my channel, and you're welcome to go and check out that review, so this isn't going to be, much of an in-depth look at like story or gameplay mechanics in any significant way. This is just going to focus on some of the things I've seen from this enhanced edition of GTA 5 and whether or not you should pick this up. So again, like a little quick review or impressions type of video. Question on everyone's mind is probably, is this worth the $10? And I think so. Should they have charged in the first place? I'm not going to get into that in this video. There are a million different ways you can approach that conversation, but just face value, is it worth the $10? Yes, absolutely. I think we all probably thought that this was going to be at least 25 to 30 bucks, but Rockstar actually did everyone a favor and they're like, hey, $10. And I think it's $10 up until what, like next month or the month after, or maybe even the month after that. So it's pretty impressive for 10 bucks. Now you're dealing with someone that's also played the PC version at maxed out, high settings, very high settings, a lot of different settings that, you can tweak. And I have to say, even still, I am impressed with this. Anyone trying to convince you that people are paying $10 for a slider update, they don't have all the information, they don't have all the facts. It is a little bit more than that. First of all, as expected, load times, right? Load times are everything. Just loading into the game is so much faster. Loading, from one character to the other is a really big improvement. Maybe it could have been a little bit faster. Maybe I was expecting a little bit faster considering other games I've played on the PlayStation 5, but this is still a really big update. This is still a really significant boost to the load times, and I don't think anyone can complain. Absolutely awful on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Absolutely awful on PlayStation 4. So this is a good update if you're big on load times. I'm actually trying to remember back whether or not my PC loads into the full game a little bit faster or my PS5 loads into the game a little bit faster, but I think just off the top of my head, maybe PC is a little bit faster. Keeping this about consoles, keeping this about the PlayStation 5 version, which I've played, this is still a really good change. As I did mention in a previous video, I chose to play at the fidelity mode. I wanted 4K. I wanted to experience that on my LG C1 OLED. This game looks absolutely incredible. It's never looked better. And I'm not talking about like textures on the ground or lighting or, shadows or any of that significant stuff because, it's probably still going to lose to the PC version in that respect. But playing in native 4K on the PlayStation 5, on my OLED, with the HDR, which I think is honestly a bigger update than anything else, because what you have here, and I don't think everyone's uncovered everything that you can possibly uncover as far as the update goes, but, there are improved smoke effects, improved particle effects, explosions, all of that stuff is really cool. There's stuff with the water on the surface level, underneath the water, just the way the water reacts to certain things. A lot of that stuff has been improved, and you have to go looking for it. It's not something that is just gonna throw itself at you, but out of everything else, I think HDR is my new favorite thing. It is easily the biggest improvement to the way this game looks. I don't really do GTA Online, so I can't really comment on that. It's never really been a big thing for me. The last time I was really into GTA Online was Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought that was absolutely incredible at the time and just something I had never seen before in a console game where you're able to play this huge open world free roam with, I don't know, whatever it is, 20, 30 other people, and you're just killing each other, you're killing people on the street, you're chasing each other, there's races. I mean, it was a really good time. So GTA 5 Online, it never really took off for me. I was never that interested. I just wanted to play the story, and as far as that goes, you're still getting a very high quality game. If you've never played GTA 5, I don't know who hasn't yet on this planet Earth, but if you've never played GTA 5, I still say it is one of the must-play Rockstar games. Is it my favorite? No, it's far from my favorite. I still say that there are better Rockstar games, but the sales would say otherwise, right? I don't know if we can count that, but some people do. Gameplay is still really good. I think, unfortunately, after Max Payne 3, in some ways, and I talked about this many times, where the shooting is great. The overall mechanics, like the cover mechanics, and the way you play this game, everything is really smooth. Like the animations and everything are, some of the best in the industry, if not the best in the industry. My issue comes from the level of detail when it comes from like the combat and the shooting and different things like that, because in Red Dead and Max Payne 3 and in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's just a lot more violence, you know, with the bullet damage and different things, just overall gore effects and things like that. I wanted a lot more from GTA 5, and I think it could have been a lot more. I don't know why they tried to steer away from some of that stuff, or maybe it just wasn't possible on the PS3 and 360. Let's be honest, like, even though Red Dead Redemption, the original game, is absolutely insanely good, I mean, perfection to me at, you know, the highest level possible. It's Rockstar's finest work. I think you could also say that GTA 5's world is a lot more impressive in a lot of ways, and maybe it just wasn't possible to do everything they did with Red Dead, and of course Max Payne 3 being a much more linear game. Maybe it wasn't possible to add a lot of the bullet damage and the gore effects and stuff in GTA 5. I'm not sure. I'm not a game developer. I don't know if I was expecting some of that stuff. I didn't walk into the enhanced version of this game on PlayStation 5 and think, oh man, they're going to have Red Dead and Max Payne 3 damage. You know, that would have been a very nice welcome change, a really big improvement, but I wasn't expecting that. I think it's entirely possible on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X to have those things at this point, but maybe, you know, again, I'm not a games developer. I don't know what the process would have been to add those things into the game, as well as all of the other stuff that they've already added into this enhanced version. It's not a lot, so don't go in thinking like there's this huge list, but there's a lot of extra added detail in this game that wasn't there before, and you get native 4K, or you can take the performance option and play at 60 FPS, but that's not for me, not on my OLED. In conclusion, again, is this worth the $10 upgrade? I think so. It is a little bit more than a slider update. You are getting some finer details in certain areas of the game, and if you love GTA 5, if you love the online, if you love the story mode as much as I do, then yes, this game at night, HDR, some of these added effects, it's insane. I mean, during the day is awesome too, don't get me wrong. During the day is awesome, but at night, my OLED, like, I'm gonna come. GTA 5 still looks that damn good, still plays that damn good. Yes, I recommend 100%. Everyone knows that I love Rockstar games anyway, so are there some shady business practices? Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of things that they've done that I don't agree with, but they still make some of the best games on the planet. So recommend, yes, pick this up. Thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good one. Peace.